The boy picked up a nail and quickly swallowed it. To his surprise, after a fit of dry heaving, he ended up spitting out an egg. Then came a second one. The crowd rushed forward, throwing coins in admiration, but such tricks could only be performed once at each location. Afterward, he returned home, and the first thing he did was ask his mother to shake his body. With just a gentle push from her, coins fell continuously from him onto the floor. Seeing his mother smile joyfully, he promised her that one day, he would turn all of this into gold. But as he grew older, he began to realize that street performing could barely cover his daily needs. To fulfill the promises of his youth, he knew he had to do something bigger. So, he invited a journalist, and spent all his savings to mock the prison, saying it couldn't hold him. The sheriff, uninterested, was soon met with the boy showing off his 8-pack abs, mocking the sheriff's punches, claiming they were made of cotton. However, after a punch, not only was he unharmed, but he also arrogantly dared the sheriff to strike again. The sheriff, growing angrier by the moment, shoved him into the prison, thoroughly searched him, and locked him up, determined to teach him a lesson. His wife came up to kiss him goodbye, but the sheriff immediately sensed something was off. After a thorough inspection, nothing abnormal was found, except that his tongue was slightly yellow. As soon as the sheriff left, he began his performance. Houdini had finally gone viral on the internet, but his fame was short-lived. He had no choice but to return to the sheriff, and mock him again. This time, however, the sheriff was fully prepared. He stripped Houdini naked, chained his hands and feet, and even made a special mask for him. He then called all the city's journalists to witness the spectacle. The moment the door closed, something incredible happened. Houdini slowly opened his hands, revealing 6 fingers. When the crowd returned, the cell was empty. The media exploded with coverage, and Houdini's fame soared. But he knew that wasn't enough. To stay relevant, he needed something even more exciting. He was shackled by his feet, and hoisted into the air. 3 men slowly lowered him into water. Houdini tried to escape his restraints, but hanging upside down drained his strength. He signaled his wife to pull him up, but the mechanism malfunctioned, and the rope wouldn't budge. As he neared his limit, his assistant quickly grabbed an axe, and began striking the glass with all his might. At the last moment, the glass shattered, but Houdini had learned no lessons. Before the show had even finished, he couldn't wait to take the stage again. This was the first ever water prison escape act in human history. The audience held their breath, waiting, but as the allotted time passed, there was still no sign of Houdini. The crowd grew restless, fearing the worst. His wife and assistant were starting to panic. They rushed to call for help, but when the screen was opened, the water prison was empty. The performance was a huge success, and Houdini became the most famous magician overnight. He even received an invitation from the royal family of Germany. However, the king, having seen it all, was unimpressed by ordinary tricks. Houdini knew he needed to bring out his ultimate skill. So, he called in a general to perform a target shooting act. The general pulled the trigger, hitting the bullseye on the first try. The assistant took the gun, reloaded it, and Houdini pulled out a bullet, asking the general to confirm its authenticity. After confirming, the assistant pressed the bullet into the barrel, but when the general aimed again,